Hey everyone, I hope we're live. As always, just microphone check. Please tell me if you can hear me. And if the background music is not too loud, that would be great to know as well. Okay, I've made the background music a little bit quieter. So hey everyone, today we have an experimental stream a bit because we are streaming to Twitch and to YouTube and to Twitter simultaneously, which is kind of cool, kind of interesting. Hey everyone, thank you for joining in. So just give me a second. We'll be having I'm just checking the last things. Preparation. We will be having. Where is the beard? It went down the drain, quite literally. Someone says there is. I have a private message saying that my sound is not synchronized to the video. Can anyone confirm that? Or not? Maybe that's because we're restreaming, maybe because we're restreaming to multiple platforms. Is the sound okay? Okay. So we have confirmation from the chat that it might be a problem on someone else's side. Okay. So today we're going to be discussing multiple things. So first of all, we'll be discussing many things about the game itself. So like the balance, there were a lot of questions in the Discord, from the community. And feel free to post your questions in the chat. We are always happy to answer all of them. We don't shy out from the question. Then we're going to be discussing a little bit about what's going on in the background with the game. With the partnerships going, where the game is participating to scale and grow. Then we're going to be having a raffle for WAX World Cup. That's totally my fault. It took a little bit longer, just because, as I mentioned on the previous stream, I had to check all the bots because there was a requirement that you need to have you have to be a part of the community, of the DeepMine community before the WAX World Cup, and we had a lot of bots, like people who joined before that, but they were like all created on the same day, and they haven't posted a message in the community for a year. So we had to take them out of the equation. So we'll be ruffling, and I would say I promise they will be ruffling the VIP card. So we'll be ruffling a bronze VIP card as well as the other prizes, and then we're going to have a representative from the Petobots, because there are some exciting news over there as well. So now I will be connecting Yaroslav to the stream. Hey there, how's it going?
Hi. Yeah, hey everyone. Hey Eugene.
Everything is very orange. It's very orange.
Yeah,
in your picture.
Yeah, that's my favorite color. So here it is.
Okay. That's I hope everything works okay. Just let me check. Yeah, it seems like on Twitch it's working. On YouTube it's working as well. Is it? Oh, it's not working on YouTube. What's going on with the YouTube? Yeah, probably. Yeah, it says that it's streaming, but it's not. So I think I will have to check it second time before. Oh no, we're streaming. Okay, great. But just on the other link. Sorry about that. I'll just drop the link in the chat. I don't know how it works. Okay, so let's start with some. I just gathered some of the questions, so they were not like questions directed, made directly for this stream, but I kind of gathered them from all over the chat. So I think the question that you can hear the most in the community is like, what's up with the DME output? Why is it so low? Like some people say that they don't even make anything. Some people that they make something, but it's really low. Like, what's up with that?
There are short answer and long answer to that. I'm trying. I'll try to stay somewhere in the middle. So the thing is that we're working on the balance. So and it's not a very fast process, because each time you implement any change, you then need to wait for at least a few days, so a few ejections. Sometimes it's even more than a few days, to see how it works, how different scenarios play out. Because let's say we have an area where there is only one active contractor, and we have an area where there are 10 contractors, but their activity is very, like, it's changing every day from very active to less active. And then we have areas where there are, like 10 miners working all day long, sometimes like 15 mines from one miner or 18 mines from one miner. And depending on all these things, the output is different. So we need to compile it, analyze it, and then implement some changes that will improve the situation for those who are not happy, and um, somehow not make things worse for the active players, and for those who are like mining for those who are okay with the thing. So there are, as usual, um, we do hear people that are unhappy, because those who are those who are happy, they usually don't say anything. And when we implement any changes that are addressing the unhappy players, we should make sure these changes don't make things worse for those who are okay. Um, what a very important thing that I want to say on this note is that, um, I wouldn't really frustrate super powerfully on the DME amount being mined right now, like people saying, okay, I don't mine any longer, I'm on the strike or something like that. It's, of course, it's obviously anyone's choice, but the thing is that, as usually happens, with all the test modes and beta versions, we're gonna be airdropping stuff, including DME, at some point, and of course, the activity of the players will be taken into account during that airdrop. So, uh, if you somehow manage to mine negative right now, and that might happen when some things coincide, I would be pretty content about the fact that whatever DME you might lose during this process will be compensated, I would say, times more than you might probably lose. So again, it's anyone's choice on whether to mine or not. The things about, somehow mining being negative on some scenarios, they're gonna continue until we find out that's, like, sweet spot where we can balance both the output of DME, which is necessary to repair stuff, to upgrade, to level up things, but not to give too much DME output, uncontrolled DME output, before we introduce the sinks. So the only way to, like, spend DME right now is on repairs and refurbish. uh, Soon there will be way to spend it on upgrading equipment, on upgrading mines. Uh, Later, new sinks gonna appear, and as we have these sinks, we will be able to give more DME, because it will be taken back, like by the economy stuff. But to sum it up, to wrap it up, I would expect more, like, sometimes frustrating balance updates, or not so frustrating balance update, but at the end, most of this frustration is going to be, at least DME wise, going to be compensated by kind of an airdrop, which could be DME, which could be DMP, or whatever. We will decide on that because we are now in test mode, obviously. And I mean, like, I can't say how the balance will look like in a week, because we're still like looking into it very carefully. And again, we could like print out DME in hundreds or thousands right now, but as long as there are no sinks in the game, it will only end up in people like dumping it somewhere for a fraction of price, and it's very, very difficult later on to somehow like bring the value of token back.
Okay, sorry, I had a little bit of a lag on the at the end. Okay, so let's get to the next question. I think that was asked a couple of times as well. Is like, what is the point of being a landlord right now? Like, if you just get a fraction of DME from what the people are mining, so like, what is the point? How does it benefit to have an area at all? What's the benefit?
Well, I think this question was addressed in details last time. If I remember correctly, what I can say once again is that areas are the most scarce items in the game. The second reason, very important one, is that areas do not require DME to operate. This might be not very obvious right now, but again, people say, okay, we only mine like break even or very small plus, or even some small minus if the strategy is not very good. You can't go negative with an area, never. You can't even like being breaking even in DME in area, because areas don't spend DME. That's very important. And the later stage the game in, the more valuable is this fact, because each level of depth increases the amount of DME which is being mined, but it also increases the spendings.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Sorry, there was a bit of.
I think, yes, I think we've got kind of a lag because your video and audio is not synchronized for me. So yeah, I think we're lagging a bit. So later in the game, this difference will be even more. So let's say level 5, one mine gives you 50 DME or something, but like 80 or 90% of that, according to the game economy, will be spent on upgrading, on repairs and things like that. For the mine owner, most of the DME they will make to progress, they need to spend it again on mine upgrades, on modules, and whatever. Areas don't spend it. So maybe someone thinks that areas should be, like super powerful IMBA assets from the very beginning. They're not, and it can't work like that. So in case that areas only like make times more than other assets, it like the game loses any sense for anyone besides landlords. So if you have an area, you're good. If you don't, you're not. And that is why areas will, I will say, like their potential will open up as the game progresses, because areas don't need to spend money on repairs. Areas don't need to spend money on level up. They are there, and everything the landlord needs to do is to sign contracts and make sure that they sign contracts with the decent mine owners. So I mean, like, this was outlined last time. I have outlined that in the chat multiple times. I don't really have any new arguments on that, because I honestly don't think there should be any additional arguments, because if you look a bit outside level 0 and small amounts of DME that are on level 0, you will notice that the fact that an asset doesn't spend any DME to operate and progress in the game is super valuable by itself. It's a decisive factor. So that's it, I guess.
Okay, so and on the topic of the roles, I think the other question was that was asked, like when can we expect when can we expect the engineer role to be introduced? What do you reckon?
I guess that the introduction of the role as it, not in the game, but well, there should be some introductory process in terms of we need to make people get the diploma pages and then burn them to get the certificate. I think we might be starting that next week or the latest a week after that. So in the game itself, engineers should be expected, I guess, by the end of this month, the latest, because we do expect a few mines hitting the upgrade, the level upgrade mark, like in 2 weeks or something. So I guess the engineer should be expected fully implemented into the game by the end of February.
Okay. Yeah, end of February seems okay. Just give me. Sorry, I'll put up the questions because I. Okay, and I think the other it's not a question. It's more of a suggestion. I think there was a discussion in the team. We can address it. So some of the people suggested that we can implement the reward system where landlords are rewarding people that are working on their areas, with either with NFTs from other projects or with tokens. Like, what do you think about that option? Like, and implementing it.
Regarding this question, I should say a few very important things. One thing is that it's not easy to implement things like that. Even if we like it, even if we have it in our mind, even if we're ready game wise to implement it, it's not easy because our game is like 95% on chain, and whatever function, whatever thing you're adding into the process influences everything, and it needs a lot of like a lot of things to think about so that we do not break stuff, and then testing and things like that. But on that matter, we are looking into the option, and I'd say it's pretty much realistic, into the option of creating this system outside of the game. So what I mean is that we are now looking into the option of building an extra layer of, I would say, meta game activity, more like, let's say, on the metaverse side, so that the game remains the game. It's the mining game and all that stuff. But there is extra layer where there are activities which are related to the game but are not part of the game itself. So like right now in Shelter there is staking, which is now not active, but if it were, it's like, for example, staking NFTs is in Shelter. It's not inside of the game. And the same thing we're looking into on like kind of a activity reward system. So each time you do some action in DeepMine, which is game contributing, say you're initiating a mine or you're signing a contract or you're repairing a piece of equipment, whatever, you will be earning some reward token, whatever you call it. It will be outside the game itself, maybe even outside walks. On the same level, we will be able to create different meta activities like tournaments, like raffles, including this like activity-based reward system initiated by landlords and mine owners. So as a landlord, for example, you will be able to put a few NFTs into the prize pool and say that, okay, each 24 hours, this prize pool will be randomly distributed between, like based on the activity, or randomly each mine event has the chance to win that NFT or something like that. So it will be created outside DeepMine, but within the game on the service market, this area or this mine will have like kind of a icon or a sign, and by clicking on it, the player will be able to they will be visiting the page of that prize pool and see all the details, and for example decide that this area is a nice thing to place their mine on, or this mine is a great place to sign a contract with because it has a prize pool of, I don't know, like 10 common equipments daily, something like that. So it is in the, I would say it is mostly in the works. The work on that will start probably like next week or in 2 weeks. It will be done by a separate team. It won't be creating delays in the main team work progress. I think then when we make a final decision of how it's going to look, most probably it will feature that Octopus app chain that we were selected to participate in the grant program with. We will definitely make an announcement about that.
Yeah, we definitely will. I think there are a lot of activities that are planned with the Octopus as well, like marketing activity as well. There is a question in the chat, I think, which is a good one. Like, is there going to be an option to see how much each mine or contractor has mined? I think it's valuable information for many. And I think the statistics is something that is being in the works, but maybe you can go a little bit into detail on that.
Yeah, sure. It's not actually an option like we're looking into. Statistics is not an option. It's a must. And again, because of the team being a bit smaller than it was like last year, we need to prioritize things, and it's like the current backlog of the tasks that have been already like described. They have the technical description, they have all the evaluations and things like that. It already hits the autumn this year. So and we need to like to juggle with that backlog. Sometimes some things come first, some things come later. Statistics is obviously a very important thing, but a revamped service market is also a very important thing. And adding engineer and balancing things are also important, and that is why statistics is not there, which frustrates me a lot. And we are really looking into ways to implement it as soon as possible, um, without making too much delay on other things. So to answer this question, this is definitely not an option we're looking into. It's a must. It has already been described in terms of technical descriptions. So we're actually waiting about it, waiting to find the like the sprint, because well, according to the evaluation, it will take the whole sprint. So as soon as we're able to allocate the sprint to make this work, this is one of the tasks of top priority, definitely.
Yeah, thanks. And we have another question. So what's the situation with blending equipments into higher rarities? When it will be back, and will it use DME or DMP token?
The situation is that it's not available right now, and most probably it won't be coming back anytime soon. We've got, so I would say we already have much more equipment that the current state of things needs, and removing the option of upgrading them actually creates a bit of like a bit of scarcity on some rarity levels, and I think it's good for now, and most probably we won't be activating this upgrade functions back until there is really like scarcity for legendaries or epics. Right now lots of them are there on the market, and as we onboard new players, we think it will be only good for the current holders that there will be demand for their equipment, which is on the secondary. So I guess right now we're not planning to activate it back. But when we do, it will most certainly require in-game tokens to perform this operation.
Okay, so I think the other thing we can and we need to address is like the what's going on behind the scenes with the game development, like not in terms of the code development, but like in general, and just from one of the perspectives, of someone who's taking like the who's working with the partnerships and with other collaborations. I can say that DeepMine is participating in the BNB chain game jam. I think we'll announce like we'll have a different announcement regarding this, but I can talk about it on the stream for a bit. So it's basically like a small event for 20 or so games that will be fighting for the for the grand prize from the BNB chain. But there are a lot of things involved and a lot of opportunities involved for the game generally. So and actually, we're not only DeepMine participates there, but Petobots as well. So it's a kind of behind the scenes events. It involves a lot of like learning materials and stuff like that. But we'll be definitely participating there and fighting for the prize spots, because they will pave a way for a project to BNB chain. As well, we already mentioned the Octopus network as the chain for which we won a grant. So there are a lot of activities in terms of business development and stuff like that. And I think what we can address with Yaroslav is like the general direction the game is going. Like, what are the next steps? So the next step for the game will be introducement of engineers, and I think people want to know what's next, what's going to happen after that.
All right. So we've got a few very important things to add to the game in the nearest future. This is something which we are focused on and will be focused on, I guess, for the nearest few months. So what are they? First, it's the engineer. Second, it's the equipment, mines, and areas rental system. Third, adding the things that players, the community was asking multiple times for example, the prolongation of contracts. Most probably it will work according to the logic that there will be an option of automatic prolongation of the contract. So when the contract is over, if the terms of the contract have been fulfilled and both sides of the contracts have that prolongation tick active, it will be prolonged, initiated by us. So at the same terms, for the same length, for the same duration, at the same terms, and things like that. We are also revamping the fees system in contracts, in terms that they're going to work like right now. You only set the percentage that the executor side going to pay. What we're going to add is we also will add the minimum fee. So for example, if you are a landlord, you are signing contract with a mine owner, you will be able to say that you want 10% of what the mine owner takes, but this and the contract is, let's say, for 20 days, and you want 10%, but you should get not less than 10 DME from the mine owner. So if the mine owner makes more than 10 DME to you, I mean, like, for example, you have 10% and the mine owner mines something 120. So your percentage is 12 DME. That's okay. You receive 12 DME. If, for example, the mine owner only generates 8 DME for you, then the remaining 2 DME will be paid from the deposit. And both sides are going to put that deposit, and if someone breaks the contract before it is completed, then this deposit goes to the other side. So this thing is coming pretty soon, I'd say. Then the rental system, then the prolongation of contracts, um, and of course, one big task is revamping the service market so that it includes crucial information to make decisions. For example, the rarity of the area, and some other things that make it easier to make decisions. One and also we still work on making the service market more user friendly in terms of how you filter contracts. For example, you see only active contracts, and then you can see both active contracts and contracts that need some kind of attention from you, or only filter the letter. So a lot of stuff to improve user experience. Also, the thing that is coming very soon, interface wise, UI wise, is that we will make some very popular errors more user friendly. So they will not only tell you that something is wrong, but will also suggest your actions to solve this problem. That said, I have already told you about a few, like pretty major tasks and major improvements. And given the team size, which is currently at our disposal, this is like already pretty hefty task for them. So these are, I would say, the tasks for the upcoming 2 months. So like kind of 4 sprints, and we will look from there. As I said, some extra things, extra layers, for example, that Octopus reward stuff, which will also add some new experience to the game. It will be done by the separate team, so it won't influence the main development. Yeah, and if you want me to go further, well, besides the onboarding game and all the like improving the user friendliness of UI and things, I guess we will be focusing on supporting NFTs from other chains, because we do plan to release a few PFP collections on other chains. Also, I think active players are waiting for modules that they already have in their wallets, but don't have any opportunity to use right now. So modules are also on the agenda, and they're also like going to be implemented in the nearest future, which I refer to as the nearest 2 month. I think basically that's it game wise.
Okay, so I think so. The last question, and I actually had it on my list, but not put the same way. So it reads: there was some speculation in the Discord saying that you guys will be listed on Taco with decent liquidity. Is there any time frame for it?
Taco and all those salsa meals and whatever stuff. This is of course part of the marketing efforts program that we have in the backlog. I honestly don't see any incentive from that if we do it right now. Let's say we do something active. We have like, I don't know, like 20 or 30 or 50, 100 new players. We all see and understand that the game is not yet ready to accept the mass influx of new players. As soon as we can call it, sometimes some people say it's not beta, it's more like alpha. Some people say okay, it's beta. Let's say at some point we can call it the final beta or something like that. So it should be a game where people could be easily onboarded, where they could have the understanding of the actions they need to make to get to the next level, to enter new roles and things like that. And well, this level 0 will most probably change for that. So it will most probably become less demanding. So people will progress faster through level 0. Right now, it's being stretched artificially because we are not ready to let people progress to level 1 very fast. And we need to balance things. And as soon as this task is accomplished, level 0 going to become shorter, and with all other whistles and blows, when we are able to accommodate, when we are ready to accommodate new players, we will definitely run a lot of activation stuff, including taco, placing liquidity there. We've got both DMP and DME and WAX ready for the liquidity pools. I honestly just don't see any sense in activating it right away.
Sorry, I was on mute. I think that's it for Yaroslav. We'll be going to the raffles and stuff like that. I'm still happy to take the questions, but I think with next.
Let me say one thing. Again, it could be lost today because it was a different question. So to everyone, I think we need to outline that in the recap and use it as an argument later on. Um, Whatever you do right now is a good thing. I mean, like even if you're mining negative somehow, uh, we investigate that and we do something with the balance. And if you lose something during that mining, you should rest assured because when the time comes when we launch that beta 2.0, whatever, we will be, of course, rewarding the users based on their activity. And this is something we should have told before, but hell, those who are still active, they will be rewarded. I think we have more questions, so maybe we just address them.
Yeah. So the question is how will so basically if the progress will be faster later, how will it like what is the benefit for the people who are active like for a month or like already since the beta release?
Well, first, the progress won't be that faster. So it's if it takes like 2 months right now, it's not being like taking one day after that. So most probably it will be, like 2 or 3 times faster, something like that. So it won't be like a totally different stuff in terms of time. Second thing, as I mentioned already, it's kind of an airdrop or something like that. Third thing is that well, as it's introduced, you will be already on the next level. So right now, when you're mining and you're improving your mines and improving your equipment, you're already ahead, and no one will be able to like to run that distance in a few days. So I guess this is regarding the so the faster progress will be on level 0, and most probably it won't happen right after you will be start working on level 1, because level 1 will be introduced, as I said, most probably by the end of this month, and that decreasing level 0 to some faster environment is going to happen much later. I would say no earlier than April or something like that.
Okay, the next question. Oh, I think it's like it's an easy one. Like, when will engineers and scientists be introduced at the same time? I can answer it. No, they're not going to be. Engineer is going to be introduced much earlier, because I mean, like, first of all, I think it's more important in terms of the like going through the levels. So I'm pretty certain that engineer will be introduced really soon, and scientist will be introduced a little bit later.
Actually, scientists are required to produce stuff for the engineers to progress. So every role has its own progress tree. And the progress tree for engineer requires the so-called schemes, which will be produced by scientists later. Before the scientist's role is introduced, this scheme is going to be produced by the government, by some secret governmental scientists from the basements of the shelter.
Okay. And another question, is there any chance one player can mine, like basically be and work as a couple of contractors since the
Yes,
numbers
yeah, yeah. I mean, like a lot of people are already doing that. You just need it in the second wallet or third wallet or fourth wallet and whatever. I can stop like for a few minutes on this. Why? Why? Because I see this question is being asked in the chats. Why these limitations? Well, because we can't uh, build the game based on the current situation. So you say the current situation, the number of people is low. That's how we're going to allow people to work. It doesn't work like that. First, on the tech level, we can just like rewrite the smart contracts right now so that they allow mining from on multiple mines, and then we just stop that and recreate everything. The second thing is, again, the logic here is that one wallet is one let's call it one human being on Eleazar. So if you are mining right now deep in the mine, you obviously cannot be mining at the same time in different mine. So you as a earth living human being can feel like being kind of a god right now, and you can manipulate multiple human beings on Leazar. For that, you need multiple wallets, regrettably.
Okay, so I think now we've covered all the bases, and as I said, I will be answering the questions a little bit later. Thank you, Yaroslav, for joining in. We'll be happy if you will pop in for the smash cards if we will be holding them, because I think we will have a raffle now, and then we will go to talk for a little bit with the Petobots who have an exciting news for us.
Okay, thanks everyone. Thanks for having me, and I hope you stay with us and keep mining. Rest assured, everyone who is contributing right now with their efforts and with their feedback, this is super valuable. We pay a lot of attention to that, and all these things gotta be rewarded. Like never forget about the retro drops. Thanks. See you later.
Thank you, Yaroslav. So okay, I will be holding a raffle soon. We already have Petobots. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like as for the merch from DeepMine, actually, I have a couple of T-shirts custom made with the DeepMine logo. I use them for the conferences and whatnot. I mean, like that's too early to tell. I mean, like let's figure out everything with the game. Let's scale the game, and then we can talk about the merch. So we have Petobots waiting in the lobby to go in. But first of all, I will have that long promised Wax World Cup big raffle. As I said, I had to go through all of it manually and like delete the bots and delete people who were in our community, but they were basically bots because they had the same name and they joined at the same exact moment. Yeah. So we are left with a list of the people who are definitely an active part of the community. So just give me a second. I will pop the wheel of fortune, the one I normally use. And I remember that I promised it's going to be a big raffle, and I'm gonna keep my promise. So today we'll be raffling 5 starter packs, 3 community packs, and mine, and a bronze VIP card. So it's going to be quite a nice raffle. Just give me a second. I will share my screen. Okay. I will reload it so there are no questions, that is pre-filled. So I will fill it live on stream. We have some nice advertisement on the left saying how to make 1K per month for only $10. Probably very workable strategy. So I'm putting on the list. Oh, okay, so I will give it a good shuffle, like, and let's. So first of all, we have 5 starter packs. Each of the logins is featured 7 times because we had 7 entries. Okay. Yeah. So the nickname is basically what you put into the Give Lab. Yeah, and I wanted to do it live, so because it was so long ago that I didn't want to. I just wanted to make sure that everything is fair and it's all made online. So I'll give it a shuffle again. Another starter pack goes to, and I mean, like, the chances of winning are pretty big, I would say. Okay, so equalizer. I think Thought 19 was twice going to get a prize, but like yeah, I'm sorry for a little bit of a pause because I want to make sure that I put all the winners. Hey Noise, hi for joining in. So unfortunately, I haven't deleted Equalizer. I missed the button, but we already have Equalizer getting the price. So if he gets the price again, we will have to skip to the next player. Okay. So the chances are rising for the mine and the VIP card. Yes, so this strange collection of symbols. Actually, I think there was a hieroglyph, and I have the noted, but unfortunately the Wheel of Names doesn't do hieroglyphs, so it just shows it like that. So I'll give it a shuffle again, and we are raffling. Oh, and we are raffling the last starter pack before going to the bigger prizes. So, okay, next we are going to community packs. Community packs, let me remind you, they have nine pieces of equipment. Just a reminder, we have Equalizer in here, but he already won the prize, so if he wins, we'll have to to move to the next. Okay, so we have what if we have less and less people left who will be fighting for 2 remaining community packs, 1 mine and 1 VIP card. Okay. There we go. We've got 1 community pack remaining. Let's give it a good shuffle and let's go. Okay, so we've got two prizes left. One of them is the mine. Let's go for it. I think we've got like around 15 people left. Okay, congratulations on the mine. And the last one is going to be a bronze VIP card. reminder that it will be giving you the DME certificate. So let's go. Yeah, so Thought 19 finally won his prize. So he was missing all the other prizes, and congrats on having won the bronze VIP card. How can you know that your nickname is there? Just give me a second. I can tell you for sure. So we don't have, so there are no, how do you say? There are no questions about the cleanliness of this. Just give me a second. I think we might need to see. I mean, like you can then ask me in the. I'm referring to the question. How can you know if your nick is there? I think we might see, because I can't like really find your nickname in the raffle entries. It might be a GiveLab problem rather than anything else. I'm just trying to see if it is there. Oh yeah, you are there. Actually, I think you won. So if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, you won the mine. so yeah, you were on the list. Congrats. Yeah. I mean, like, the problem is the GiveLab, it kind of extracts the names in a really strange way. But we'll be publishing all the winners after the raffle. So just give me a second. I'll be stopping the screen sharing. So next, we're going to be having guests from Petobots. As you might know, it's a project that is very closely related to DeepMine. You will be able to use Petobots, and they are heavily influenced by the DeepMine lore and atmosphere. So we're going to talk a bit. I mean, like, we've already have taken quite some time. But like, make sure to ask some questions about both DeepMine and Petobots. And there are really exciting news from Petobots. So now I will be adding Artak. Hey Artak, how's it going?
Hey guys, nice to meet you. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I mean, like, I would say we can leave you loud and clear, like pretty loud. I would even say very loud.
So that's great.
Yeah,
Thank you, Eugene, for the invite. I'm first time on DeepMine Day. I'm very happy to talk with DeepMine community and maybe answer some questions if there are.
Yeah, so the thing is, I'm not sure that whether we really need to do like the intro, in terms of saying about what the Petobots are at all, because I think everyone in the DeepMind community knows what the Petobots are. But I think what some of the people don't know is that Petobots, they go in their own way, and they're developing separately, and they will be hitting different. They will be hitting different chains. So I would say, I think we can start. First of all, I want to address the question from the chat. If there are any highlights from the chat, Brian, we will be having a recap. That's a traditional thing. We will always provide a text recap of the things discussed. So yeah, you can expect that tomorrow, or like till the end of the week, maybe on the weekend. Yeah, so maybe just let's start with telling about just like general general strategy in terms of like what chain Petobot is going to be. Obviously, you will be able to use like them in DeepMine on Flex chain, but I think there are some information regarding where the games are going to be live at first. Please.
Yeah, there are a lot of news about Petobots now. Currently, we are developing 3 games in Petobots. First one will be released in February, in the end of February. The alpha version of the game will be released. It will be gladiator battles, where players should choose two points to attack and 2 points to defend. And in this case, when one player will defeat another, he will get like prizes. He will get like rewards from the bets they are doing in the game. Currently, we developing our game on Polygon chain. Moreover, you mentioned that DeepMine was accepted on BNB chain game jam. So Petobots also was accepted on BNB game chain. So we are also developing now our game on BNB chain. The thing that I also want to mention about Petobots is that on March we will do our alpha passes mint on a big launch pad. It will be a real good surprise for our communities, because we already have a partnership, but I think it would be better to tell about it when we do like an official announcement. So yes, the alpha passes was we thought that we could do the mint in January, but we wanted to do like a great event from it. We could do it on our own marketplace or on our own website, but I think when we're talking about marketing and partnerships, it's better to postpone the mint, but do it with a good launch pad. You're muted, Eugene.
Yeah. I'm muted. Yeah. So by the way, if someone is confused, how am I answering the questions that are not appearing like in Twitch, for example? Actually, I have the chat from both Twitch and YouTube and whatnot just coming to my dashboard, so that's why I'm answering. Yeah, and I mean like, so we're not dropping the name of the launchpad yet. I'm just asking. If we're not, then I can just tease, saying that it's a top 3 marketplace. Let's put it like that.
Yes, it's a top 3 marketplaces. We haven't announced it before, and I want to do it more officially, like when we will do announcement in our Twitter, in our Discord. I think it would be great news. Moreover, I want to mention that we also we will announce our teaser of the game soon. Moreover, not only teaser, but there will be like a trailer of the game. So I think it would be also interesting.
Yeah. So once again, the Petobots will be doing their like alpha pass premium on the top 3 marketplace, and it's not like it will be just like coming from nowhere. It's going to be like a proper partnership with this marketplace, with a proper launch, and we are all pretty excited for that. It's a great opportunity, and especially like with Polygon being so active in the space, it's also an exciting opportunity to grow in that ecosystem. But just like for the DeepMine community, because obviously we're having a DeepMine day, like the Petobots will be supported in the game. So first of all, I think I mentioned it in the previous on the previous DeepMine day, and I just want to stress it again. If you're part of the DeepMine community, and meaning the part someone who actively participates, like if you've been active in the DeepMine community, you can always come to the Petobot community on the Discord. It's discord.gg/Petobots. It's super simple, and ask for the role, and you will be granted one. I mean, like, so other people, they from the other projects, they have to fight for that spot. And DeepMine, we kind of using our power here, and we are providing the spots for all the people from the DeepMine community who want to be a part of that free mint. And by the way, I remember, some people from our community, they are owed Canabots because they won they won them in some raffles and in some events. And I just want to remind you that you're still eligible. We have the list. It's not forgotten. It's here. And when the Canabots are going live, you will be eligible to get one. Do you want to, Artak, do you want to add something? Do you want to say something to the DeepMind community, or?
Of course, yeah. I always tell on our streams, Amas and so on, that the DeepMind community, I think it's like a start of Petobots, yes, because if there wasn't DeepMind community, Petobots also couldn't start his way. So anyone from DeepMind community can get his OG role in our Discord. Yes, it's true. Moreover, I want to say that when we are doing any partnerships with any companies, moreover with the Launchpad, we also mention the DeepMind. We write it somewhere in our partners. So we are also trying to do the best for our communities.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I've already mentioned it, that both the DeepMind and Petobots are participating in the BNB chain game jam, where we are fighting against other. I mean, like, fighting is quite a loud word for what we are doing, but it's a competition among the games. We will be because there are prizes, and basically we're fighting for the prizes. And I think it will conclude somewhere in March, like it's probably at the end of March. And I mean, like, BNB chain is a big player in the field, and we're happy that that both games were enrolled, because I think the number of projects is around like 20 projects. So two of us being there is quite nice, and we're quite excited about that. So when do you think? By the way, if you have any questions, like, feel free to drop them in the chat, because I think we'll be wrapping up pretty soon, because we've passed like 1 hour mark. And like, my question is, like, when we can expect the news about the name of the marketplace we'll be launching, and the date of the launch of the first mint.
I think it would be very soon. I think it would be on next week. So, but I want to tell about one thing that we should do with it. The thing is that we collected wallets for OG, for whitelist to the mint in Solana chain, and I think the people who done it before, they in the further they should change it, because the chain also will be changed. We also haven't announced it in our in our Twitter or Discord yet. You as the first people who heard about it, but I think it's the time to tell about it, because our team will tell why we do such thing, why we decided to change the chain of the mint. But Petobots is a multi-chain game. It's a multi-chain project, and from my point of view, there shouldn't be a competition between communities from one chain and another chain. We are all doing like all to do better the Web3 space, and to get to our global aim. Yes, to onboard more people in crypto, to onboard more people in GameFi projects, to onboard more people in DeepMine and Petobots. And we're trying to do the best for our communities, to grow the best projects. So it's a thing I want to tell that.
Yeah, no, and I'm pretty sure that you will go in detail why the decision was made. I think like the simple answer is when you have the opportunities that Petobots got, the decision is pretty easy, and I think it's pretty understandable because it benefits both the project and the users. So I think that decision was not that hard to make, when you have the opportunity that you will be talking about next week. So
Yeah.
this is something we're not yet opening. Just so like the biggest news is that Petabots will be launching on the top one of the top 3 marketplaces with the support from that marketplace. So I think we have no questions left, and we, as always, we will be having a recap, with the answer for all of the questions. I think we will not be holding the smash cards today because it's running pretty late. I'm pretty tired, to be honest. And I think we're gonna be we will hold the DeepMine game day next Wednesday as always. Or maybe not Wednesday, maybe some other day, and we'll play games then. Thank you, Artak, for joining in and telling us a little bit about the project. We're all excited, and we are excited for the news coming next week. It is going to be huge. And thank you to everyone for joining to our stream, for watching, for asking your questions. It's really nice, it's why we do these streams, to talk to you, to try to answer the biggest amounts of questions you have. So there is a constant feedback loop between the team and the community. So thank you for joining in. Have a great evening or morning or whatever you have out there. Take care and see you on Eleazar.
Thank you. Goodbye.